Hi everyone, my name is Paula and welcome to my Real Polish Fanatic YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. Today I have a gifted PR post for you. What Addiction has sent me her polish that she's going to be having in the Smidgen of Us box this month, April 2025. If you're not familiar with Smidgen of Us, it's very similar to all the other collab boxes that are out there. This one is a bi-monthly, so every 2 months this one comes out, and April is the month for it. So how it works is, just like all the other collab boxes, it is a pre-order. A lot of different makers come together and create something around a central theme. This month's theme for April is the 1990s and 2000s. So we're going back in time. I can't believe that that was 25 to 35 years ago. But here we are, and so yeah, it should be a fun one, going back and seeing what all everybody remembers from the 1990s and 2000s. How this works is it is a pre-order, as I said, and everybody comes together, creates something around that central theme, and we go in and we buy it all up, and then they turn around and need about a 3 to 4 week turnaround usually to get it in the mail to you, as we have to give those makers time to make everything up and get it shipped to headquarters, and then headquarters ships it out to us. So this one is called the Smidgen of Us box. If you're not familiar, you can find them at smidgenofus.com, and I will link that in the description down below. So as I said, this month's theme is the 1990s to the 2000s, and I just have one little polish to show off from What Addiction. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around and we'll just jump right in. All right, so What Addiction has got one polish coming up in the Smidgen of Us box. The inspiration is the album 10 by Pearl Jam. So let's go ahead and take a look at her inspiration photo while we take a look at this beautiful bottle here. This one was described as a pink with orange undertone base, orange red shimmer, purple micro flakies, a tiny touch of micro black glitter, and micro holographic flakes. Got a lot going on in here, and it is so pretty. I do have this on my nail. So here on my left hand, I have it in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. As you can see, there's still just a little bit of nail line visible there. It is not too bad, but there is a little bit of nail line showing here, even in 3 coats. So what I did on this hand was I put on my index and middle fingers. I put on 1 coat of this Cupcake Visible Nail Line Blur number 1. This polish has got the ugliest UBS, which is Ugly Bottle Syndrome, that I have seen in a long time. And I did shake it. I shook it in my Pro Shaker like twice, and I've been shaking it with my hands, and it will not mix up. But it went on my nail just fine. So even if you get a polish that looks like this in the bottle, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to affect how it will go on your nails. So it went on my nail just fine. So on these 2 fingers, I have 1 coat of this and then 3 coats of the color over top. And that does very much help to blur those nail lines. And on my ring and pinky finger, I tried something a little different. I put on this sweet and sour lacquer, Slur Sauce in white, which is just a blurring base coat. Both of these are. And I put 2 coats of this on, and then 3 coats of, I put 2 coats of this, and then 3 coats of color. And that is what that will look like. And again, that does cover those nail lines perfectly. So this is such a beautiful polish. And then on my thumbs, I wanted to show you what it would look like over black. So here on my left thumb, I have 1 coat of a black polish with just 1 coat of this polish from What Addiction. That's very, very pretty. And on this thumb, I have 1 coat of black and then 2 coats of What Addiction's polish for Smidgen of Us. And so that just brings out a little bit more of that purple shimmer, a little bit more of those flakes coming through. So yeah, lots of different ways we can wear this. The color itself on the nails, even with the blurring bases or just all on its own. Those colors are very similar once you get up to 3 coats. So this one, 3 coats all on its own with a glossy top coat. This one had 2 different blurring base coats on. 1 coat of the cupcake, 2 coats of the sweet and sour, and then 3 coats of the color on all the nails with a glossy top coat. And then these both, 1 coat of black on each, 1 coat of the What Addiction polish on this thumb, and 2 coats on this thumb. Very fun. All right, so let's talk about this polish. This polish from What Addiction for the Smidgen of Us box. This one's called the Grunge Effect. And like I said, this is inspired by the album 10 by Pearl Jam, and it is for the theme of the 1990s and 2000s. And it was described as a pink with orange undertone base, orange red shimmer, purple micro flakies, a tiny touch of micro black glitter, and micro holographic flakes. So pretty, all that shimmer, those little flakes, the holographic flakes are so tiny and so delicate, but they give off just a little touch of sparkle. It's so beautiful. The What Addiction bottle is 15 milliliters, and this one is going to be $13.50 with a cap of 25. And again, you can find it at smidgenofus.com. The shop will open for wish listing on April 19th, and then the shop opens on April 23rd and runs through the 30th. That is their normal days, but it's every 2 months rather than every month. So wish listing on April 19th, shop opens April 23rd and runs through April 30th. All right, let's take a look at this here on the little swatch wheel. So here we have it. Here we have it in 1 coat, 2 coats, and this one is 3 coats with a matte top coat. And that also is just a lovely, lovely look. Really gets that kind of blue-purple shimmer popping out there at you. We'll go in and we'll put on a 3rd coat here. Here goes a 3rd coat. Excellent formula, as always with What Addiction. Love her formula, and her brush also very, very nice. Nice, wide, somewhat rounded paddle brush or fan brush. Not sure what the difference is between a fan brush and a paddle brush. Maybe it's kind of like pop and soda, depending on where you live, depends on what you call it. I grew up in the Midwest and we always called it pop. But then I moved to the South and everybody called it soda. So I started calling it soda. But I have friends here in California that grew up in the Midwest and they still call it pop. So I still call it soda. But anyway, that's a little sidebar here. So I'm not sure what the difference is between a fan brush or a paddle brush. Maybe paddle brushes are a little bit wider. But back to this beautiful polish. This is the Grunge Effect in 1 coat, 3 coats, and 3 coats matte. And there next to it is just 1 coat over black. And the black has a glossy top coat on it. And you can also see my thumb peeking through there. 1 coat over black with a glossy top coat. This is just so beautiful. So it's sort of like, it's a bright pink, but it's sort of like a mid-tone bright pink, like a mid-tone pink, but yet bright. So yeah, I am loving this beautiful color. The purpley blue shimmer, well, it looks purpley blue anyway, the shimmer, and that really stands out very well. And it does have the orange undertones in that base color. It's a pink with orange undertones, and at extreme angles you will see like little flashes of orange. If you can see that on my nails as I go down, you do have to be at a somewhat extreme angle to see it, but it's very easy to see the little orange flash every now and then. And like I said, those little hollow flakes are so beautiful and just give off the right amount of twinkle. And everything is very smooth. Just 1 coat of top coat totally smoothed that out. So here is the Grunge Effect by What Addiction. What Addiction? A Grunge Effect in 1 coat, 3 coats, and 3 coats matte, and then 1 coat over black. So beautiful. This will be available April 23rd to the 30th at smidgenofus.com. And again, it is a 15 milliliter bottle, and it will cost $13.50 and have a cap of just $25. This is beautiful. Very pretty. All right, I am going to insert a quick application video. I have put this polish on my thumb in 3 coats. I used a matte top coat and a glossy top coat, and I'm going to insert a sped up version of that right here. All right, that's all I have to show you for this little video, so let's go ahead and we will turn the camera around and finish this up. All right, everybody, short and sweet today. One little bottle from What Addiction for the Smidgen of Us box. It is so beautiful. Don't look at this last one, that's something else, but it is so beautiful. There you can see it on my hands and on the swatch wheel. Here it is on this hand. It is so pretty, such a beautiful pink. I wore my pink sweater so it would match it. I love coordinating, but anyway, there it is. Even my Band-Aid coordinates, but there it is. Just a beautiful kind of mid-tone pink, but bright. It's a bright pink. And then it has this beautiful, what looks like blue purple shimmer, has that orange undertone, so you will see that at extreme angles. Just a beautiful polish. I hope you'll check it out. And there'll be lots of other things in the Smidgen of Us box this month. April 23rd to the 30th, smidgenofus.com. I will link that in the description down below. That's all I have. Let me know in the comments whatever is on your mind. What did you think of this polish? Are you familiar with the Smidgen of Us? Have you ordered before? Are you gonna order this time? It's another one of those fun collab boxes that just get us in the wallet every month or every 2 months in this case. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. But that's all I have for you. So I am just going to thank you so much for stopping in, spending some of your day with me, and I'm just going to say goodbye for now.